This video is brought to you by Sony. Learn what happens when artists meet engineers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a PlayStation Conversation. I'm Greg Miller, and this is the pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty. Colin,
Hello,
how are
Greg.
you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. I've missed you. I haven't talked to you lately. Colin, today on the PlayStation Store, it's going to get updated, boop, and this 14 for 14 sale is going to go. 14 games for your PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita at incredibly discounted prices.
Right.
Now, of course, this news has been live on IGN forever. You read it and watch the video, so you know all about it. Instead of going through all 14 games, Colin, you and I have filed secret ballots, which we will now share with each other to see if we could only pick 3 PlayStation 3 games and 3 PlayStation Vita games, what they would be and why.
All right, so how do you want to do it?
You go first.
Do we want to go one and
One and one? Okay.
like
fine.
I name a game and then you name a game?
Sure, that
Or I
sounds good.
name 3 games and then you name 3 games?
No, let's go one and one and one.
Okay, so PlayStation 3 first.
Okay, yeah, PlayStation 3 first. Sounds good to me.
Enslaved is the first game I chose.
Okay.
It's a really interesting game from Ninja Theory. These are the guys that did Heavenly Sword.
Sword?
The old PlayStation 3 exclusive from 2007. Enslaved is the next game after Heavenly Sword. Not related to it at all, though. But I think it's a really interesting third-person kind of action-adventure game. Interesting story, kind of beautiful graphics, very lush and vivid. Kind of a forgotten game.
Yeah.
And you can have it for $5.
It's one of those games that was a little bit Last of Us before Last of Us.
Yeah.
Right? You're running around this overgrown city, you know, like the time forgot kind of thing.
I couldn't help but notice the eye roll when I said Enslaved, though.
I'm not a huge Enslaved.
I don't really
I'm not-
appreciate that.
Well, as long as you're honest about it and we talk about it, I'm just saying there are better picks on this list.
Okay.
Like Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Okay.
Great first-person shooter. The standalone digital package Far Cry there, it's, you know, this whole, it's a, you know, a Michael Biehn 80s movie. You're running around with neon, they've got all these cool sound effects. It's fun, it's funny. It's only $3.75. Heads up, we're going to be talking prices in here. We are only talking about the PlayStation Plus price point.
Right.
Because if you don't have PlayStation Plus, you got a problem. You need to check your life choices.
Yeah, but you still, even if you don't have PlayStation Plus, you still get like 50% off all the games. I
Right.
think these are like 75%.
Regular price for Far Cry for existence would have been $14.99. Sale price $7.49. PlayStation Plus price $3.75.
Yeah, and I know, you know, people, we talk a lot about PlayStation Plus's value and everyone's like, oh, money hats, but really you're just leaving hundreds of dollars a year possibly on the table by not just paying $50 a year up front. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't have PlayStation Plus. These kinds of deals.
We've literally been banging this drum since it launched.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if we haven't turned them by now,
There ain't no helping you then.
go play your Mac 2 games.
My second game is Puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
You can have Puppeteer for $7. This is a retail release. Now, it only cost $40 when it came out. It's from Sony's Studio Japan.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic game that no one played.
Right, that's 100% true.
And it's too bad because Puppeteer is a beautiful game. It's got a really unique art style to it. Kuduro is an interesting character. He has a pair of scissors that he cuts around the environment with. The mechanics are totally unique. You've never played anything like it.
Right.
So for $7, Puppeteer's worth $20 or $30 or $40, but
Yeah.
Puppeteer for $7 is a steal. So
Yeah.
definitely pick up Puppeteer. Give that game a go. I really am sad that more people didn't play it, but Sony sent it out to die, so that's their problem.
Well, here they go. They're trying to revive it with the 14 for 14 sale. My second PlayStation 3 game I'm telling you to buy from this sale is Thomas Was Alone. Great little indie title. It's cross-buy. It's cute. It's funny. It's got a British narrator. What's not to love? And again, $2.50. Plus, if you have a Vita, that's you're getting your game on 2 platforms.
$1.25 per platform.
Oof, that's a great one. That's
Yeah.
math on the
No,
fly,
it's
everybody.
mathematics.
Look at the brain on this guy, huh,
Mathematics,
ladies?
Northeastern University.
Hit him up. No taxation.
My third and final PlayStation 3 game is a JRPG called Tales of Exilia.
I knew this was going to be there.
And you can have this game for $10. This is a $60 game, I reviewed it last summer on PS3. It's a fantastic game. 2013 was kind of about a JRPG renaissance, at least for me. There were a lot of PS3 games, PS3 exclusive JRPGs that were awesome, and then they kept coming out like Disgaea D2 and all these games that people really enjoy. And Tales of Exilia is one of those games. Ni no Kuni, of course.
Of course.
the best
Who
of
could
the
forget?
bunch.
Curse of the White Witch.
Wrath.
Damn it.
Wrath of the White Witch.
Thought I was close.
You're real close, real close.
Whoa.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But Exilia is a fantastic game.
Right.
And I really implore JRPG fans to pick it up. Tales of Exilia 2 comes out this year on PS3, and Tales of Zestiria was just announced for PS3 as well. So Tales is getting, undergoing this sort of resurgence as well, which is really exciting. So get in on the ground floor, Greg,
Okay.
with Exilia. I know you won't.
Speaking of getting in on the ground floor PlayStation way, my next pick is the Wolf Among Us Season Pass. Now, this is what I like to call a gamble. Currently, Episode 1 is the only one that's been released. Pretty much everyone loved it. I don't think I've heard anybody say I didn't like it, it wasn't great. Looks really good. It's from Telltale, The Walking Dead guys. Runs better than The Walking Dead ran. It's interesting, right? Same idea, choose your own adventure kind of thing. Problem is, episode 2 hasn't come out yet, and it's one of those things, you know, Telltale never puts a date on anything, but we've been waiting a while here. It's clear something's happened with it. However, at a discounted price, you know, it's a regular $20, now you can get it for $13. Might as well.
Yeah.
I trust them. I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like...
Back to the Future or Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park was even worse.
The real example of that, of course, is Back to the Future, which started off strong and then fell apart at the end, whereas Jurassic Park was just a turd from the get-go.
I didn't even bother with that one.
What do you got for Vita?
PlayStation Vita. Beloved PlayStation Vita. Let's start with Killzone Mercenary.
I knew you'd have this on your list. I have 2, so that just counts. Great first-person shooter.
Yeah, the best first-person shooter on Vita. Not that there's a smorgasbord of FPSs on Vita, but this is a fantastic game from Sony's very own Guerrilla Cambridge. Used to be known as Sony Cambridge. So they understand the hardware, they understand the engine. They got Killzone 3's engine running on Vita, which is extraordinary. So this is a pretty game too. But I really like Mercenary's approach because you can pick it up and play it for 10 or 15 minutes at a time, or you can play it for hours at a time, and you can play it online. And they're adding a bunch of stuff to it, new maps, bot modes, and all these kinds of things this year. So Mercenaries support continues.
It's beautiful. It's fun.
Recommend it.
I love the melee combat. That's why I put it on my list. Again, only $9 there. That's right now $36 on the PlayStation Network. Since you knocked that one out for me, I don't have to worry about giving its proper credit. I'll start with a PlayStation portable game, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, only $5. I've said it publicly, and I will say it again. This is the best game of last generation. Last generation being PlayStation 3 and all that jazz shoved together, right? I love Peace Walker. I know it is, and I stand by it. Amazing game, amazing combat, fun, built for the portable experience. Can't recommend it enough. I really want them to bring HD with trophies version of that to Vita.
Yeah, I was going to say no trophies on Vita.
Exactly. Only PlayStation, PSP, no trophies either, obviously.
PS3 though.
But if you bought the HD collection on PS3, you'd have Peace Walker in HD there with trophies, so just give me that. What's your problem?
Next up, this was tough because the Vita games, a lot of good Vita games.
I thought the Vita list was actually better than the PlayStation 3 list.
But my next pick is Soul Sacrifice. Now, we talked when Soul Sacrifice came out in the spring of 2013 that this wasn't, everyone expected that this was kind of going to be the game that might have saved Vita. And it didn't end up being that game. It's a good game though, and it's from Keiji Inafune, the guy who made Mega Man and Dead Rising and Onimusha. And it's a Monster Hunter clone, but it's Monster Hunter Plus in a way because it's got really a deep story, really rich narrative, and I really enjoyed playing it. I wish there was more to it, and there is a sequel coming out, or a 1.5 kind of sequel called Soul Sacrifice Delta, not confirmed yet for North America.
Gotcha.
But Soul Sacrifice is a great game that can, it's a good time sink, 40, 50, 60 hours you can spend with that game. And for $9 on Vita, you can't really go wrong.
Speaking of time sinks on Vita, IGN way, my next pick is Pixel Junk Monsters Ultimate HD. This is only $3.75. Trophies galore. It's all the great parts of Pixel Junk from PlayStation 3 and then the PSP version in glorious HD on your Vita. Plays like a dream. Multiplayer's there. I can't say enough about this tower defense
it's still
game.
hard as hell.
Oh my god, it's hard.
The game really ramps.
If you want those rainbows, you are in trouble.
Yeah, it's a really good game though.
Yeah.
Really happy that came to Vita. The final game, I guess, since we both picked Killzone, right? This was it. Velocity Ultra for $2. Velocity Ultra for $2. Velocity Ultra was actually one of our Game of the Year choices for Vita when we nominated 5 games. Narrowly lost, actually. Very easily one of Vita's best games, and for $2 you really can't go wrong. Interesting little space shooter. It uses the touchscreen. You can use the analog sticks. And it was so popular on Vita that it came to PS3, and we're getting a sequel on PS4 called Velocity 2X. So this is a good place to kind of jump in and start and see what it's all about. This game flew under a lot of people's radar.
Right.
And for $2, it's just like half of a cup of coffee or something from Starbucks.
And again, though, so many great games, right? Spelunky is on here, Stealth Inc., The Walking Dead, the entire first season. Vita got the way better 14 for 14, if you ask me.
Yeah, Vita has a great lineup. Stop saying there are no Vita games because you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of the 14 for 14 sale? What are you going to pick up? Let us know in the comments, then share this video with your friends so they can come tell us what they were going to buy and how stupid Colin and I are. But we're not. We love each other, and we always will. For everything about the PlayStation brand, games, and such, keep it here on IGN.